Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Corky, and today I'm going to be showing you a walk around pre-supermoto conversion on my KTM 500 EXC. I've got my camera with me, so once we find a parking lot, I'm going to pull the camera out and we'll switch over to that. And I'll talk a little bit about everything that I've done to my KTM 500 EXCF. For right now though, I need to figure out where I'm going to go. Let's go to Kmart. Always a little bit sketch doing it with the expensive camera in your backpack. It's all icy back here. What's up, bro? Hiding out from his boss. I know exactly where I can go to do this. Alright, so something I want to show you really quick. I'm going to do a sound check here in a little bit on my FMF. So this is my camera setup. I do have a wind baffle on here. This obviously isn't the best quality. Just kind of keep that in mind. Let's switch over to the camera view. This is going to be a walk around of my 2019 KTM 500 EXCF. I'm going to go over everything in this video, power mods, tires, to every little cosmetic mod. And also, as you heard earlier in this video, I'm going to be doing the same thing once I put the supermoto wheels on. I'm going to do another walk around. I know this is something that's been requested a lot as my bike is set up the way that it is. So I figured I'd go ahead and do this one, and then we'll do another one once I put all my supermoto stuff on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Something that I'm going to have to edit in, as you're probably wondering what my mileage and my hours are on this KTM. I actually broke my dash cable probably 100 hours or so ago. I'm not sure of my actual mileage in hours. Indicated, I've got 5,700 miles and 172 hours. I'm gonna estimate my hours probably between 250, maybe 275. My mileage, I'm probably pretty close to 10,000. I'm trying to do circles without taking my feet off my pegs. There's a good one. Both feet on the pegs. Right, so before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and go over the power mods now. Once I do the power mods, I'll go over everything from the front to the back. Power mod's going to be fairly quick because I don't have a whole lot done to it. First thing that you're going to notice is the FMF. This is just a slip-on. It is not the full system, as you can see. This is purely just for the sound and a little more airflow. It's got a lot of bark to it. It looks really good. I personally like how it's really loud. It shoots flames, but whenever I go mountain riding, I do put in a spark arrestor, quiets it down significantly, and it does not let it shoot flames anymore. To adjust with the more airflow, oh wow, this is going to be embarrassing. I haven't cleaned my air filter in a while. I will put on screen what kind of air filter this is. I can't remember right off. As well as the dirty air filter, I've also got a EJK tuner. This is the programmer for my fuel mapping. You can see it all zip tied up. I'll go ahead and put it on screen what that is exactly. This is the KTM and Husky airbox funnel. There's a lot of controversy over these. I've had a lot of people comment and tell me these are unnecessary and all this other stuff. I can see how it works and it makes sense how it works. As far as I'm aware, it's made a difference for me. If you have any kind of newer KTM, you will know that reeds, like two-stroke reeds, actually sit right here. I've ripped those out, and in place of those reeds, I put this airbox funnel there. As far as power mods, that's literally all that I've gotten done to this thing. I do still have my emission hooked up. A lot of people block those off. Even though I did not delete the emissions, I've not had an issue with this bike. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from the power mod, and I'm gonna go into probably the first thing that you're gonna notice is the graphics kit and the plastics. The plastics are from Acerbis. I've gotten black from the fender up to the radiator shrouds, as well as the headlight shroud, the fork guard. Front fender is teal. It's all Acerbis. The handguards are KTM Factory handguards. They're the ones that come with it whenever you purchase this bike. My front tire and as well as the rear tire is a Dunlop AT81. It's probably got at least 1,000 miles on it. I've got these little fork cover guards on here. They're supposed to block it from any kind of brush or anything hitting your forks and damaging them. It's just a little extra protection. Those are Acerbis. Moving on up is my headlights. The headlight itself itself is aftermarket. It's an LED that I've gotten from Amazon. So it was really hard to fit in here. I don't think it was really supposed to fit. As you can tell, I've got a little bit of an extra gap in here from where the factory should be, but it honestly doesn't bother me. Moving on to my handlebar setup. These grips are the EMIG Lock-on grips. This is all I ever use. I will never use any kind of glue-on grips or anything else. This one's seen the ground a couple times. For levers, on my front brake, I've got a Torq1 Racing lever. I had this on my old KTM, and I was kind of partial to it on this one, so I figured why not go ahead and get one of these 500 as well. Nothing special about it. It's just orange and a little bit shorter than the factory clutch lever. I might make this its own video sometime. This is the Midwest Mountain Engineering lever. It definitely makes a noticeable difference in pull. It says about a 50% easier pull. It's shorter, it's fully adjustable. Highly recommend that lever. Moving on to the gas tank. As you can tell, this is the factory KTM gas tank, but as you can see in this picture right here, I do have a IMS 4.25 or 4.5. It's at least 4-gallon tank that I use whenever I go mountain riding or any kind of adventure riding. It's worth it because I get about 200 miles to a tank of fuel, but I do like this one for riding around town because it is not big and bulky. For the skid plate, this is an Acerbis skid plate. I absolutely love it. I've jumped all kinds of stuff. I've bottomed out with this. I've JB welded a GoPro on it. The sticker ain't covering up anything. It's just kind of plain right there. Had to represent Bay Area supermoto. I like these plastic skid plates way more than the metal ones because the metal ones tend to vibrate a lot. Maybe not on the KTM specifically, and it rattles really loud to make it sound like the motor is about to blow up, and I've just not had a good experience with them. Maybe they're better on the KTMs, but I'll stick with my plastic ones. These are the Turner foot pegs. I've got some pretty gnarly studs. I've went down with them a couple times, as well as one of the studs that broke off in this corner back here. This one in the corner almost looks like it could break off. I do recommend these foot pegs. Warp 9 probably has a little bit better quality ones. I think I'll stick with these for now. I think they only come in black, whereas like the Warp 9's ones comes in different colors. This is the Tusk Shifter. I've just recently got these. I mentioned it in another video, but I've gone through 3 shifters now, one of which punched my case, and I've had to actually JV weld my case a few days after getting this bike. That is due to me not having these Acerbis case covers at that time. You can kind of tell where it's punched the cover before, but it has not broke through. I've gotten one of these case covers on the other side, but it runs really close to my brake lever, and I was not a fan of that, so I took the one off on my clutch cover side, and I'm leaving the ignition cover on. And then this is the Thrill Seeker's seat cover. It is the factory seat itself, but I've got a cover on top of it. This Thrill Seeker's cover, I really like this cover. It is super grippy. I've had this seat cover over a year now. I've done a lot of seat standers on it, and it's just starting to wear a little bit in the corners. I don't think it's anything to worry about because I'm standing on it quite a bit. Moving a little bit back, these are swing arm covers. I take these off every so often and clean underneath the swing arm really well. Whenever you run these swing arm covers, one thing about them is they like to collect sand or dirt underneath, and that can be really bad on your swing arm. If not like scratch it up, it could have rusted out, because it can also hold water in here and make your swing arm look really bad. But as you can tell, it serves its purpose. It saves some scratches for sure, especially on this side. As you probably know, the KTMs come factory with the tail light, license plate bracket all off of there. I personally took all that off. I'm running a simple LED strip as my tail light. I've gotten this tail light from AutoZone for like 30 or 40 bucks, I believe it was. It's got turn signals in it, and I'll fire that up and show you the tail light itself here in a second. That's pretty well all that I've gotten done to my KTM 500 so far. Right, so I'll go ahead and show you the headlight and tail light. This headlight does have a high and low beam. I'll go ahead and show you the sound check. That pretty well covers everything, but if you got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. We're on a road to 2,000, so go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, peace.